Well, that's not great. Hey everybody, we got a good one for you today. Welcome to the channel, by the way. Working for this fella right here today. That guy. We're actually taking the Mack, be my first spin in his new Mack Tri-axle. We're gonna grab the 240 in the brand new redesigned ruckus rake, which is over there. We're gonna spread some topsoil, which we gotta go get loaded up, then go get a load of stone and make a little turnaround. It's gonna turn out real nice, fingers crossed. We're gonna take you along for the ride. First step, I gotta take this up to the house though and grab the TL240 so we can, you know, we gotta get it. I lied to you already. First step's gonna be get this contraption off of here. I believe that's for setting clay tile, and the reason I think that is because that's what he said. This will be our chariot for this operation. There we go. All right, now we're going to get the 240. So this supposedly is the new and improved AMI ruckus rake. They made a few changes from the previous one, and we'll talk about them as we use them, but we'll get her hooked up first. Very nice, very nice. Pretty heavy duty. I like what we got going on here. Mike hasn't ran it yet since they sent it in. So we're gonna fire it up and just make sure all the functions work like they're supposed to. Because if not, you know, we probably won't put it on the trailer. Oh goodness. Let's see what we get. A little of that. A little of this. Angle works. Very nice. Tilt works, very nice. So there's you're noticing something goofy there. It's by design, and I'll show you here in a second. That was actually Mike's suggestion, and I love it. The drum is on. I don't know if you can see it. Stop. Drum seems to work. I say we take it. strap across that. Bucket's next.
For me, I've found it's a lot easier to back the skid steer on and pull it off, especially on this taller Plan B trailer where it's a little bit steeper. Coming off the backside, if we're offloading on the hill, it gets kind of tippy, so it's easier. I just like backing on. All right, personal preference. That should work just fine. Let's get this thing fired up, and we can let it run while we're chaining down. That's the neutrals. All right.
He did preface this whole thing with, I don't know if the 240 can even load that truck. So go try, and if it can't, let me know.
And he'll run down in the loader and get me taken care of real quick. Mike had everything hooked up for me this morning. Everything looks good. He already checked fluids in the truck. That's why we didn't do it. I think we are ready to rock.
It's been years, and I mean years, probably over a decade since I've been in a tri-axle. And it's honestly been a couple months since I've even been in a truck, period. So we'll see how this goes. Jeez, Mike is tall. I am not that tall. Okay.
Not sure what Captain's got going on in this video this morning, but the million-dollar question is, will the 240 clear the side of the new dump truck? Oh, it's going to be close. Inches to spare. I don't think it's going to be the most convenient thing, but I think you can get it done.
Yeah. You attach those sideboards? Are they super important to you?
I see the makings of a good video.
Are those steel?
They are.
Oh, man. Alright. We'll try it.
If we tell Captain's been driving, got the seat all the way up into the steering wheel here. Alright, we're going to get the truck positioned. Be able to hopefully get some dirt loaded without getting stuck. makes all the difference in the world.
So we can reach, but barely. I'm going to throw a little bit of dirt on the ground, build just a little bit of a ramp. That way it's not so much of a stretch. And we'll have to load from both sides. We're not going for a full load anyway. More like a 3/4 load. I think that'll be fun. That's actually probably about right, honestly. That didn't load too bad. I mean, it's awkward, but run what you brung, right? Brung what you brung. See if we can get up out of that, and then we'll have to get the hubs and everything cleaned out. Yeah, nice. I bet that comes out before we get to the highway. We'll get this cleaned up real quick. Because this culvert crossing is a little bit higher than the rest of the road, it decreases the angle on the ramps for me. It should help, and I'll do a few spins in that chert rock, clean those tracks off too. Did the old scooting clean. A little bit of
help on the approach angle. She crawled right up there. Then we just did the do-si-do. We'll throw some chains on her. And then we'll park her till tomorrow. It's actually Sunday. The Admiral picked up some extra work today, some extracurricular stuff, and Grandma's got the kids. I said, well, I could be lazy or I could go make some money too. So here we are, just having the time of our lives. I believe I made old Dirt Perfect to get out on a Sunday. Poor feller. Alright, it's the morning time. I got my get me home tools in case something goes haywire. Truck batteries, that's for you guys. Shovel, half a big red. Gotta knock out a pre-trip real quick, then we'll get this thing fired up. I'm running just a touch behind, but it is a Monday. Come here. Oop. Oh gosh. There she goes. Easy, easy. These hoodies come with a rag right at the end of the sleeve. It's pretty neat. Very handy. We'll go ahead and get her started up so she can warm up and build up air. Well, at least she starts. We got that going for us. I want to check all the tires real quick. Normally I just kick them, but I'm new to this truck. I just want to go around and actually get a good measurement. Beautiful. No bueno. Oh dear. Where are you? You're in here somewhere. No. Okay. All right. Okay. Just gonna have to limp her over to the trailer there. Alright, he said he got the electric start fixed, so that's nice. Some people asked why I didn't use this greaser on the 120 the other day. I didn't feel like tracking. No exaggeration, 1 mile round trip for 5 minutes of greasing, so I just opted to do it by hand. Got that one going. He said he wanted me to take a few bales of straw too, so while we're waiting, well, we'll just go ahead and grab a couple. Why not? Oh yeah. Man, that trailer is fast. Gosh dang it. Really? Almost. That Thunder Creek trailer can push some air. I got that inside one I got to do, and then I got the passenger steer tire over here I got to hit. That feller there. And then we'll be on the road. And before you start your Dirt Perfect needs to do this or Dirt Perfect needs to do that, this is part of it, man. He's already been putting a whole bunch of work into this truck ever since he got it, and he's got that list in his head of things that need to come down the line. The only way to pay for those repairs is to get stuff out on the job and actually earn some money for the fella. I don't care how new a truck is, how shiny a truck is, how good that truck looks from the outside, or how good a company takes care of it. Every owner-operator has that perpetual list of things that have to be fixed. And when that one's fixed, then we'll do this. And when that's fixed, then we'll do this. And that list will never end, because by the time you get everything replaced, something else has worn out. That's just the name of the game. We're not doing anything unsafe here. and this isn't a huge issue. It's just one of those things you got to pay attention to. All right, we are golden. I'll meet you guys at the job site. All right, I just got the rundown. I'm gonna shut her down. People make fun of me all the time, but I always take the key out because I'm always convinced I'm gonna leave it in the bad position. And we're gonna end up with the dead battery. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the channel, Not Your Average Millennial. He works for Dirt Perfect, does a lot of the bidding for him as well. Anyway, his name's Matt. Matt met me up here this morning and kind of showed me what the customer wanted. There's a lot left to interpretation, but that's what I love about these jobs. We got a whole bunch of dirt work to do first. So if you remember and you're following Dirt Perfects channel, Not Your Average Millennials channel, they did a whole lot of dirt work on this road not too long ago. They lifted this up, put a new culvert in, and it turned out nice. As you can see, she's rutted out in a few places, kind of washed in and filled this area in. But that's going to work out to our advantage today. Right about here is the high spot. Water goes that way, water goes that way. This is a private drive, and the homeowner gets a lot of people that drive down here and turn around his driveway, and he's kind of tired of it, and I don't blame him. So he wants to make a little turnaround spot where he can put some signage up that says private drive, turn around here, give them a chance to turn around and get out of here before they actually get to the home. So we got to level up a pad big enough for a truck to turn around in. We got to fix that. That topsoil comes into play there. We got to make sure we get a berm for drainage on the top side, and then go get a load of stone and spread it out. See the general shape coming in, taking the excess and rolling up there, and what we'll do is we'll work that berm down like so. So that field water comes down and goes towards that culvert and doesn't wash out all this stone. I was a little worried that 20 tons of stone was going to be enough when we first pulled up because it looked super soft, but this stuff digs really, really hard. Start to see it taking shape. Just about got my rough grade done. So you can see where the turnaround spot, where am I pointing? Right there. We got the swell there. Water will come down around this way, and then this has some fall
as well. So we should be okay there. I think we've got the rough kind of shape and idea we're looking for. I'm going to see if we can't get the tri-axle in there and get that load of topsoil dumped, get it spread around, and start to do a bunch of power raking. Well, that's not great. Sent Aaron and Mike both a message, see if they could bring the Thunder Creek trailer, but he warned me he'd be in a spot with no signal today, so I don't know if they're going to get that message. I reluctantly sent the homeowner a text, which Mike and I used to work for, so we have a good working relationship, to see if he's got an air hose and an air chuck in his barn perhaps, and we can just use the air off the truck. It's still on the bead, so we got that going for us. The homeowner did in fact have an air line I could use. So we've got some air in that tire, and I did find the leak. But I think we'll be able to get her limped through today, and maybe even come up with a little bit of a temporary solution too. We'll leave that there. Make sure we're unhooked all the way back here. Looks good. See if you can't go get this load of dirt though. I couldn't remember where I put you guys. Oh, that was close. We about ran you right smack over. All right. I ended up just cramming it in here. I didn't want to turn any sharper than I have to. The less air pressure get on there, the more likely I am to throw that thing off the bead. And if I can keep it on the bead, I can get it filled back up, run to town, which is about 5 minutes away, grab a plug kit and plug it, and be done with it, which is what we're going to do in a little bit when I go grab some more stone. And the gate was not in the latches, but that's okay. So we'll just leave her like that. We'll grab the skid steer and we'll smear this dirt around. Man, that's some good looking dirt. It's hard to show it whenever you have it in a pile in the field you actually took it out of, but whenever you put it down here next to that stuff, you can really see. That is fine material. Now we can play with the power rake a little bit, get her all hooked up. There we go. That's a slotted hole now. One of our biggest complaints was that when we ran with that, it didn't have any movement. And whenever you're doing these banks and stuff, it's nice to have a little bit of movement. It's kind of like a mechanical float. I don't know how you want to look at it, but it allows just a little bit of movement left and right before that engages. And I like that. That gives it a little bit of play. And they did include in this valve block, I do believe this actually has a float feature now, where you can just put this in float mode. But like I said, Dirt Perfects will go into more detail about it on his channel, I'm sure of it. Let's give her a run. We are the first to use it though. No, let's not be the first to break it. So because this stuff is so clumpy and so sticky and still has quite a bit of moisture, I just want to run the power rake a whole bunch, try to blend this together with the existing dirt, let that dry. We'll do the stone work and then we'll come back and do like a final pass.
Something else that they've changed. On the previous one, if the drum was running, you couldn't operate any of the other functions. You wanted to tilt or angle, the drum had to stop and you had to stop moving, which was very frustrating. But on this, you can run the drum and all the functions at the same time, which is handy when you're coming into these contours. And pay attention to that pin right there, how it's got that little bit of movement. You'll see what I'm kind of talking about and why we like that. Definitely shaping in nice, and being able to work that back and forth whenever you're coming across these transitions like that, man, that is slick. I like it. I don't know why though, and it might be, oh, sorry about that, and it might be maybe our hoses are backwards or we need to swap ends or something. I'm not sure, but it's not spinning. I can't get it to spin in reverse for me for some reason. It just stops spinning whenever I go to what should be reverse, but that's okay. I'm gonna run down one more time, crumb it up, then we'll go get a lodestone. I already called the auto parts store, so they should have everything I need sitting out for me when I get there. I can sneak in line and get a load of millions real quick, like a billion robbery. I bet I could. I bet I could back up to that road grinder. They wouldn't even question it. Just sneak off with 20 tons and be done with it. Thanks, fellas. Well, I picked him up an air hose to keep in the truck, a tire gauge, and an air chuck. But I forgot one crucial part. If you're ever in a situation you think, man, if only I had, just go get it so you have it next time. It's kind of as simple as that. If it happens once, that's life. It's part of it. If it happens twice, that's kind of on you, bud. So hopefully we'll be prepared next time. I'll take that. I don't hear anything coming out of the plug. I don't have any soapy water with me, but the tire is marked, so we should be able to keep an eye on it. That's not a permanent thing, but it should get us through the day just fine. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do and get the job done. Let's go get us a load of stone and get it spread out. The good news is I finally got the feel of this transmission, so we got that going for us. And it is a beautiful sunshiny day. It doesn't get much better than that. Oh, what do we want? Let's do 53s. Their Caterpillar broke down. So they're borrowing a Komatsu from one of the other mines, I guess. It's the first trip with this hauled stone for me, so I'm not 100% sure where she's supposed to be at. Oh, she's mint, boys. All right. about this machine. This doesn't stay up. It's like a cheap chiropractor's been going to work on my back all day today. That is a nice crispy pad right there, bud. She looks sharp. Edges look good. That all makes me happy. Oh yeah. That'll work. I'm gonna take the bucket and kind of feather some dirt right along that edge around each side. And then look how much that little bit of time this stuff sat out. It's dried up already. I think we'll be okay with the power rake. We still have a few clumps like this that are a little muddy yet, but for the most part, I think we'll be good to go. Just a little bit right there. A little bit more. That'll work. Very nice. Since we're getting close to wrapped up, and I need to get over to the side of the trailer to get that power rake anyway, just go ahead and see if we can't get the truck hooked up real quick, then we'll be ready to go there. Now what the heck kind of contraption is that? That is, now come on, bud. That's silly. Okay. Alright, I need you to stay like that. Tap our safety pin in. less thing we got to worry about at the end of the day. You can't beat short, stubby hammers. A fella just can't beat it. Well, you can. That's what it's for. It's for beating things, I suppose. Here's the before, okay, from this side and from this side. And after just about 15 minutes, we got her rocked out. I think she turned out really well. Let's go take a gander from the other angle. Here it is from this side. Turned out nice. As you can tell, most of this is field, so I'd say to like here over, that probably all gets planted anyway. But all this turned out really nice. You can see we got a little bit of swell action there, so the water should come around the backside and not run down onto the pad. Plenty of fall from there down to the culvert. Nothing to worry about there. And I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but it breaks right about here. Should be able to go around that backside and sneak its way around. Let's give her the old boot taper here. Oh, very nice. Very nice. And then whatever comes off this way, we'll run that way. There's already an existing ditch right there. But that berm carries over, or that swell carries over to right about there. So most of it should go that way. There shouldn't be a tremendous amount other than what this exact area catches. Everything else should go out and around. Not bad. Just did kind of right around the parking area. Like we said, the rest of that's go get planted. Won't be long. Let's see if we can make it home. I slid that rake a little bit more forward when I loaded, so now they fit perfect. They fit perfect, bud. Chain down on the back. Got our corners up here. Got this strapped down. Yep. All looks good. See how the plug's holding up. Haven't lost anything. All right. Should be good to go. Just walk around the other side of the truck, make sure I'm not missing something. We'll hit the road. Offloaded, ready to go. Binders and chains all put up. Who made this? Some kind of genius, probably. Plug seems to be holding fine. Love this rig. This is a huge step up from the C8500, even with its little flaws that she's got, but he'll get there when he gets there. Definitely a huge upgrade. Drives great, runs great, pulls great. I got no complaints. I had a blast driving it, and I can't wait to drive it again. By the way, this is your reminder. If you're not following me on Facebook, you need to be following me on Facebook, because we've just started uploading shorter videos of stuff that doesn't make it to YouTube, like dyeing the pond and working on the garden and doing some burn pit stuff that's too short to make a full YouTube video. We've started putting those videos up on the Facebook and exclusively on Facebook. So if you're not following me on there, you need to. Go check it out. As far as the ruckus rate goes, I love all the improvements they did to it. I think it worked pretty well. We'll have to figure out why we can't quite go in reverse. I have a feeling it has something to do with those hoses being backwards, because when I hit it to go in reverse, they surge, but nothing spins, which tells me fluid isn't going where it needs to go. And I think that might be it, because we kind of had that issue with the wood processor. We had to switch those hoses around too, so I'm guessing that's what it is. I think the coolest thing is, though, they sent that first ruckus rake down. Mike and I used it, and Matt used it, and several other people used it. We had some suggestions. They listened to the suggestions, and everything that we said could be better, they made better. I mean, they actually listened to the people using it. I can't tell you how many times I've complained about equipment just to have people say, well, it is what it is. It wasn't for them. They fixed it, and it's better. So there you go. New truck, you got to see it. New AMI ruckus rake, you got to see it. You'll see it all on Dirt Perfects. Good job on the words. Dirt Perfects channel here in a few months, I'm sure of it. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope I'm lucky enough that you'll join me on the next one. And gosh, there's always, I don't know, awkward outros.